guys, this is actually Kang of Horizon Esports, and I'm joined by Caps, the mid laner of G2, at the they do against Hana Life Esports on the second day of 2024 World Championship Swiss stage. Hey Caps, yeah, there was a very close game, more close than people expected, and maybe that makes it a bit more disappointing. How are you feeling right now?
I mean, I think I want to go back and watch the game, right? I think there's lots to take away from it.
Yeah.
I think right now we're still we learned last year that it's we went 2-0 and then we still didn't make it out groups. And right now I feel like we can't really afford to be sad about the losses we've had. We really need to just focus on who we're gonna draw, because I think we play already tomorrow. Maybe I'm not entirely sure, but the day after. So we will need to just prepare as much as we can for the next team. And if we did some things different, if I had done a few things better, maybe the CP at the end could have made a difference for sure. And we need to just make sure that happens next days.
Yeah, it did look like Hana Life Esports was getting a good snowball around, but G2 at some point felt like they decided to, okay, we can't win them on 5v5, let's try to backdoor as much as possible. Can you tell me more about the strategy and who was leading the shot calling?
Yeah, I mean, definitely we felt quite far behind early game, and then we did manage to get a few catch-ups. I think we caught the Sejuani quite a few times, and it was looking a lot better. But then I think we went for 1-5-5, and it was just we got that completely destroyed, and we were okay, we just have to play on the side lane. We tried a few different iterations of either me going inside or me plus Rel or me plus Rel and TP and stuff like this. And some of them we found some success with, but sadly we didn't find enough to close out the game. But I think if we optimize a little bit, we can definitely take it home next time.
I think the fans are, of course disappointed, but kind of feeling okay because the expectation going against the first seed of the LCK was, hey, maybe Hana Life Esports did have a bit more of an edge, but it doesn't sound like you had the same expectation as the fans.
I'm not so familiar. I mean, I can understand that, of course, LCK first seed would be expected to win against us compared to the last years and MSI and stuff. But we're obviously gonna try our hardest to make it out of this group and also to win Worlds. And for that, we need to beat not only Hana Life but everyone else here at Worlds. And we're definitely not there yet, but we will try our best to get to that level.
You mentioned 2023 Worlds, and it was a great start for G2, of course, and then the ending wasn't so great. Reflecting on that Swiss stage, how does this year feel different in terms of preparation, in terms of mood? Of course, you're playing in Europe instead of Korea. What are some of the things that feel different?
I think we've actually been a bit we were trying a lot on this new patch, and we didn't find too much success, to be honest. We didn't find our footing too much. But I think compared to last year, we have a lot more experience throughout the year, and we have a lot more confidence in even this game making comebacks. When we fall behind early, we still have confidence that we can do stuff. And sure, everything didn't work out, but at least we went for it, and we're gonna keep going for it the rest of Worlds, right? And if it's enough, if we're strong enough to really take it home, then we will. Otherwise, we will lose, I guess.
I was actually talking to Mickey recently, and I was also reflecting the 2023 round with him, and he actually remembered it as, yeah, the team may have looked dominating, but now we look back, we focus too much on the early game, and that team perhaps wasn't meant to completely success towards the very end. He said something in that lines. Would you feel similar?
I mean, for sure, I agree. I think last year we were very strong in early game, and I think even a few of the losses we had against LPL and SK at Worlds and MSI, we got ahead in the game and then we just lost. And it was not we threw, we didn't know what to do exactly. I think now we are way more comfortable in the later parts of the game, and sure, our early game is not what it was. But if we can find a way to get early games, I think we can definitely snowball the games. And likewise, if our opponents give us opportunities, we will take them to bounce back in the game.
Changing the subject a little bit, did you watch the Swiss stage trailer? A lot of people are talking about it.
I watched it a bit, yeah.
I think people were really, really touched by your whole speech about 2019 being a hope. Was it scripted or was it coming from you?
I mean, it was definitely a mix of script, right, and not. I think they really wanted us to talk about 2019 and and basically have a more positive look on it, because I mean, also for me, definitely like spoiler, I do like of course think about losing as well, right? But they really wanted us to have a more positive outlook on it, and at the end of the day, there were also a lot of good memories, right? Like of course MSI, but even that Worlds, and just playing with the team we had back then, we had a lot of fun together, and we were just like playing our own meta as well in some ways, right? Which there was a lot of enjoyable moments, and
I still have nightmares. Please continue.
yeah, so we'll see.
Does the journey matter?
I mean, for sure the journey matters. I think. I mean, at the end of the day, it's competition, right? And the result is like what matters most. But I think the journey matters a lot in the sense of like having an enjoyable day to day. If you're with people that you really enjoy working with, it also like not only will be more fun, but it will also make you work harder because you just like come into work with a smile and you wanna see everyone succeed in the team, right? So definitely having a team that you can be proud of and you can be happy with is a big game changer.
Because I know that during this MSI, you were talking a lot about people wanting to have faith in Europe again. And I talked to a lot of NA and EU teams, and I kind of realized why they wanted to give up hope, because it hurt every time that hope didn't work out. And I don't know what's better, to keep hoping or to lower expectation.
I mean, I definitely think. I mean, for me, I think for sure, trying your best is what you can, right? Because as soon as you give up hope, then there's nothing left, right? Then why are we even like competing, and why are people even watching if they don't have any expectations? I think it hurts, and it will keep hurting every time we lose. Like today is also like annoying, right, and frustrating for sure. But it will make it so much better when we finally actually win. When we finally, make the TP plays work and we finish out the game. It's gonna make it feel a lot better. So I'm confident about this Swiss stage. I definitely think we have what it takes to make it out. We got a tough opponent. Hopefully we'll get some more tough opponents so we can like take away a lot of it, and we can make it to group stage feeling confident.
What would it feel like to stand in Paris again or at London again, to hear the people chant, to have the home crowd, that big home crowd?
I mean, it would mean a lot. I think definitely even just making it out of groups, it's been so long, honestly. So I think that would already be a big step for the confidence, right? And I think then being in front of the crowd, I think that could really be a push to the next level. So I'm hopeful, I'm cheerful, and we will stay optimistic, and we will keep preparing for whoever we draw, and then we will do our best, right?
This is my final question, and I remember asking you this a year ago, but maybe I'm repeating myself, but this is in the context of Worlds being held in Europe, and of course a lot of hopes being placed on Western teams, and especially G2. You always dreamed of lifting Worlds trophy. That was your goal since I first started talking to you. Can you visualize that moment for me and tell me what would that moment mean for you?
Like lifting the trophy? I mean, I think it would just show like the 17-year-old caps. When I went pro in the first place, I was really aiming for the World's trophy, and it would just prove him right. Prove him, like give him the that it's possible. Because back then, especially, I think even more so than now, people were saying like, oh, it's impossible to win against, especially LCK back then, right? There was not like LPL wasn't as strong back in 2017, but it would make him proud, and that's all I can try to do.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the conversation. Thank you.